What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth. This is The Joyful Sojourn, and today's video is going to be probably longer than usual, although my planning videos tend to be a little bit longer. So I hope you don't mind hanging out with me. Make sure that you have your planner or a notebook or a journal, some stickers or colorful pens, a beverage, and let's just hang out, talk about June, and move into July. Today I'm setting up my Laurel Denise mini horizontal planner, which I have been using for wellness. This is a July 2024 start planner, but I wanted to use it in June because the beginning of June marked a huge transition in my life, moving from work outside the home to work inside the home, officially, I guess, being self-employed and having more time with my family and keeping up the house and all those things. And so that life transition, I really wanted to make sure that I was, tracking things and setting up healthy habits from the get-go. So I did redate the month of June 2025 to June 2024. So I moved in June, but this officially starts in July. This is, again, a Laurel Denise mini horizontal planner. I am an affiliate for Laurel Denise, so if this video is helpful and you decide that you want to purchase something from her shop, I hope that you will consider using my affiliate link. It's in the description box. Joyful 10, no matter if you're a repeat purchaser or a new purchaser, Joyful 10 will always save you 10% off of your purchase. And using affiliate links, I've talked about this a million times, but using affiliate links and discount codes, they help you out if it's a discount code, so you get some money off, but it really helps the content creator with compensation for the time it takes to film and edit videos and all those things. So thank you for support of my platform so I can keep doing this while supporting my family. I really appreciate you. So this first name page, I just decorated using a Cassetic Plan sticker book and some big quotes from the Happy Planner. Because this planner is more than just a fitness type planner, I wanted to make sure that there was wellness and peace communicated on this. So while it's very cluttered, it's still, it brings about an exhale and it gives me peace. So when I talk about wellness, when I talk about health and wellness, I am referring to specifically things that nourish my mind, my body, and my spirit, because I know that being well is more than just my physical body. A little bit of information about me. I am 41 years old. I am a first-time mom to a toddler who is 20 months old, and I am overweight. Actually, technically, based on the BMI scales, I am obese, and I am actually very healthy. I guess you'd look at me and think I'm very healthy, but I do have PCOS, which is a huge struggle for me, or it causes a lot of discomfort hormonally, and I also have difficulties losing weight. Honestly, the biggest marker for me with the PCOS was difficulties conceiving Esther to begin with, and then keeping losing weight and keeping weight off. And so those are for me kind of the cornerstones of PCOS. And so keep that in mind if you're looking into the things that I've written. Let me also say that I am a born-again believer. So when I think of spiritual wellness and spiritual discipline, for me, that means spending time in prayer. That means reading my Bible, spending time with people in my church community, things that really speak to my soul and connect me with God, my relationship with the Creator. And so that's kind of the full picture of where I'm at: body, mind, spirit, and wellness. Okay, so last month, should we zoom in a little bit? Let's zoom in a little bit. So last month, this is the month of June, I tracked the times I went to the gym and when I started my period here in this monthly, okay? Then in my weeklies, which are super convenient, right here in the middle, because I have my monthly right next to my weeklies, I logged I logged the weather, I logged what was nourishing my mind, body, and spirit each day. And for mind, during the month of June, I was writing down anytime I like read or wrote, like things that kind of like stimulated my mind. But all of my reading pretty much for the month of June was related to spirituality. And so I put it in mind, but really it was also spiritual. So under S for spiritual, I put prayer and Bible reading. So it is kind of double dipping there. I might change my definition of mind and spirit in July, but I'm not quite sure yet. So anything that fed my mind, body, and spirit was written down on the left side. And then your weekly goes across here. And this is where I wrote down the food that I ate. And over the course of June, my goal was not to track macros, to do Weight Watchers, points, anything like that, but just get a baseline and write down what I ate. And in doing so, I felt like I was more accountable to myself and to those, looking at this. And I definitely ate healthier than normal, but I definitely, this was not a diet. This was just tracking my food. And then I put my fitness stats from my watch here. Transitioning further into the month, I started using these stickers from Proud Sticker Designs, which I really like. That is one other thing we're going to do in this video is I did get another order from Proud Sticker Design, and I'll show you what I picked up because I do want to use more icons in this planner. Let's get to the last month of June, or last week of June, before we cycle back and start decorating and talking about July. In the last week of June, I should have thought about this and said this in last week's video. Also, all these little footnotes, guys, sorry. If you are new to my channel or you're new to the videos where I'm talking about wellness in the Laurel Denise planner, I have created a playlist for this series, and I check in every week and talk about what did and didn't work over the course of that week. We get into the nitty gritty with what I did and didn't do. And so if you're wanting to see these previous weeks, definitely go back and check that out. I also talk a lot about health and wellness in the very first video where I'm setting up the month of June. So make sure you go back and watch those if any of this is of interest to you. Now, when I was setting up for last week, the last week in June, last full week in June, maybe I failed to mention, now I can't remember. This was my birthday week. And let's talk about birthdays for a second. Because as you can see, I kind of just didn't track my food the first 3 days. I didn't track on Friday and didn't add times on there. I kind of feel like my birthday week was a free pass. Now, not everybody is going to agree with me because you might need to be really strict and have you might have food triggers, or you might look at it like sobriety where, if you have issues with food, then if you have one sweet treat, you have now relapsed. That's not the relationship that I have with food. And so I'm not looking at it from that perspective. So keep in mind, I am not a nutritionist in any way, shape, or form, nor am I'm not suffering from food addiction, nor do I coach or help people through that. So keep all of that in mind as I'm talking about the things about my health and wellness and weight and food type stuff. So in the this last full week in June was my birthday. And for me, this is like a cultural thing in my family, but in the days surrounding your birthday, we signed up for, in advance. So years upon years of, time, we have signed up for various rewards programs at a bunch of different places. And so every year, and this is probably coming from a place where we weren't poor, but we had enough, but there were a lot of things that we either couldn't afford or just, it was not a priority for my parents to purchase. And so we would sign up for these various birthday club reward things so that we could get fun, sweet treats and freebie things around our birthday. And that is a tradition that maybe you share, maybe you don't, but it's really important to me. And it's something Josh didn't and doesn't fully understand because I think he had enough and had most of what he wanted growing up, but I didn't. And so I still get emails saying, oh, it's your birthday, happy birthday, enjoy a free scoop on us, or enjoy a free coffee, or whatever. And so in the week of June every year, I tend to have way more sweets. And I don't have to. I think if I were in a different place where I was like really getting down, like I was training for something and like it was really, really important, maybe I wouldn't. But this year, I'm not in that place. I'm just trying to be mindful. And I wanted to, remember, okay, if you eat this, know that you're going to crash afterwards. Know that you are going to undo any of the walking that you did at the gym and so on. So I went into all of my sweet treats with that mindfulness, and I felt like it brought about a really healthy eating experience over the course of my birthday. But I did gain like a pound or two at the end of the week, and I think that a lot had to do with like water retention. I've been a little bit more swollen lately. And so I did it. I didn't really track my food this week. I had way more sweet treats for my birthday, but I enjoyed my birthday, and life is short and then you die. And I'm not trying to move my death date up by being a complete sloth and eating all the things. But for my birthday, I decided that this was okay, and this was a boundary that I was comfortable with crossing. So that is kind of an overview of the month of June and how it kind of, I'm not going to say fall apart or like ended on a bad note. I enjoyed it, and it has not thwarted my desire to continue on this path towards physical wellness. So that is an overview of the month. Let's take a look back at my trackers here, which I have not updated. I have not put my weights in. I'll probably do this off camera, but this is where I'm tracking my weight. And then over here is where I'm tracking my steps. And I talked about this a fair bit in my last video, so I'm not going to go into great detail here. Again, go and check out my previous video, but I am tracking my steps every week, and then I'm adding my total for the month down at the bottom. And this is because I'm wanting to see how my movement and my physical activity changes since working inside the home or moving out of my professional career into more of a self-employed mompreneur. And so already I can tell you that for the month of June, because we are at the end of June, I'm at 170,000 steps for the month of June, which is 25,000 steps more than my highest month when I was employed outside the home. And so this number is really important to me because it is confirming, affirming, validating one of my reasons for quitting my job, which was to pursue a healthier lifestyle and to get my weight in check and to be more physically well. So I do have the week of the 23rd here that I need to update. So let's grab a pen and ruler. Did I already take this guy off? Yes. So if you have a twin loop planner of any style, whether it's the Laurel Denise or the Happy Planner, what's cool about the twin loop is it guides you exactly where you would need to cut between each of the coils so that you can actually just pull it off. This has been a game changer for me as someone who is primarily a disc-bound planner, but has been playing with some other planners. This allows me to take the pages in and out, and I love it. So it's really cool. So I'm going to, let's see. So in the week of the 23rd, 37,460. So 35, 36, 37. We'll just go here. Little less active or little less or fewer steps this week, but that is okay. The other thing I wanted to say when it comes to splurging for your birthday or a meal or whatever, what's most important is for me is that I have a healthy view of food. And when I say that, even using the word I splurged on this, it makes it feel like, the food is like super special and it makes me want it more. And I was reading through Atomic Habits, and I'm totally on this kick where small, like regular small routines or habits, routines, I guess, can, routines or steps can lead to big results because over time they collect interest. Excuse me. And that perspective is why I felt comfortable. I need to take a sip. Hold on, guys. Catch my breath. That was one of the kind of top things on my mind when I was thinking about whether or not I would like treat myself around like my birthday weekend. And just this idea that you can make, one meal, one cheat meal or one sweet treat is not going to make you gain 5 pounds. But collectively over time, if you're continually eating junk food, that is going to have compound interest, and that is where you're going to gain weight. So I was okay seeing that, or having the perspective that having a couple treats here and there over the course of a weekend, as long as it didn't derail my long-term goal of being a healthier person and making healthier food choices, I would be fine. I hope that made sense. I am trying to be long-term focused, not short-term focused, long-term. So what would a healthy person do? What will help me move a little bit more today? Like asking those questions. And hold on, guys. I'm looking for my pouch. Just being kind of end goal, like being not end goal, being focused on becoming the person, not the particulars of what I ate at a specific meal. And that's why I'm not tripping too much on the details of, the macro breakdown of my food. And again, that's not to say I won't ever care about that stuff. It's very possible that I will at some point. But right now, I am focused on living the lifestyle of the person I want to be, one step at a time. And I feel really good about it. I feel really proud of myself. I feel like my mindset is solid, is healthy. And that's really, this is a much bigger point than I want. Oh, well, 37, 4, 6, 0. I want to try to use the same pens consistently, just for the appearance, but that's okay. I'm going to put this back here so that, actually, technically, I can put this number here because I know that it is 170379. I hope this is making sense to you guys. I know I'm kind of trying to multitask in thought, in spoken word, and in the setup of this planner. Okay, so that is, I guess, my overview of June. Let's jump over to July. Now, I've spent a lot of time thinking about how I want to make this habit tracker work because I liked having this habit tracker on this full dashboard page here. Let's zoom out just a little bit. Can we zoom out? You don't want to zoom out. There we go. I really liked having it here. It just reminded me of how I was doing. Excuse me. Let me grab another sip. Oh, here's a fun tip for you. 3 shots of espresso on ice with a Premier protein shake, like a half of a Premier protein shake, makes the most delicious iced coffee, and it's low sugar and high protein. I drank those a lot during my Weight Watchers era, like it was like 8 years ago. And I've brought them back because they're filling, they give me some caffeine, and they are low sugar. So if you're wondering what I'm drinking, that's what I'm drinking. So I liked having the habit trackers here, but that meant I had to cut off the last page and glue it down. And I am going to do that today, but I also am going to add back in one of these guys. So this is a vertical, I have an undated vertical Laurel Denise planner that I'm not really actively using. And so I thought I could take the last page there of their weeklies that has dot grid on it. And so I'm going to just, for that last week, put this dot grid here. So let's snip out. Actually, what I can do here is just, I can actually just cut it because it's going to be glued flat. I need my longer scissors. I kind of feel like, actually what I should do is just, let's rip that out and trim this up. The other thing that I did in June that I really liked was I had one sticker book that I used initially for decorating, and then I kept that in my planner bag for the whole month so that I could add, you know, my check marks and stuff from that book, and everything had a cohesive look to it. I am not going to do that, but I am going to do, well, I'm going to do something similar. No, actually, maybe I will. I have been looking at the mail call sticker book from the Happy Planner. I haven't used it in a while, and I was thinking this could be really fun for decorating, but it's not super summery. So the other thing I could do is decorate with Summer Essentials from Amber Plans Her Day, and then have this sticker book be on call for any deco that I add throughout the month. So we'll see. I haven't fully decided what I'm going to do there. So step one is moving the habit tracker. And to do that, let me go back and see what I did. Okay, so I cut off the habit tracker label or header. This helps make it fit better. Yep, that's going to fit perfectly. And I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, glue it down. Hold on, we're going to zoom out a little bit more so you guys can see the full kahuna. The big kahuna, the full kahuna. Okay, so I'm going to take some glue. This is the Scotch Permanent Glue. I use many different types of roller adhesives, and this one was on sale, so it's fine. I like it. It rolls really nicely. It doesn't lay down a glue tape. It lays down an adhesive, which works pretty well. And we're gonna just lay this down. Let's go right to the end. Right there. Cool. So we have just moved our habit tracker, and then we have some open space now where we need to populate the second half of the spread. And let me just see how much wider this is. So we have got, okay, so I can cut it just outside of the dot grid, the third line of dots. And it looks like I can trim off maybe at this line. And this is going to be a little bit harder because that punch is right at the top. Okay, we're going to have to do a little playing for a second. So I'm going to trim right on this line. We will get to the decorating stuff, guys. Don't you worry. Now, let's do this next. So I said kind of just the inside of that third line, but I'm going to go ahead and, you know what's going to be easier? I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to take my cutting board and my ruler or stencil. This is the Archer and Olive stencil. And I'm going to line it up I'm always kind of playing around with different strategies for cutting things and gluing things, but I'm going to do this. Following the line all the way down. And let's get this last bit. All right. I don't know why that seemed easier to me. For some, the scissors might be easier. So let's go back here and look again one more time. So if I want the dot grid section to be the one facing forward, let's just see how the back is going to look. Oh, that's actually a lot better. So I'm going to, yeah, I think this could work. I don't know what I'm going to do on this back side. I didn't have it. Actually, maybe what I'll do is, oh my gosh, you guys, I can't multitask. Whoever said multitasking was a thing. Okay, so we're cutting between the 3rd and 4th. Between the 3rd and 4th. So yeah, now that I'm going to have this extra page, I'm not sure what I'm going to want to do with it. I'm going to be a little bit biased towards that top square. And so that's what the other side's going to look like. I think that's okay. Someone gave me, I think a couple people actually gave me some suggestions for the habit trackers. And I very well may do one of those, like maybe take a picture or photocopy this so that I can just replicate it over and over again. But I actually don't have a photocopier. So what I'd have to do is take a picture of this and then print it out. I don't think the quality would be very good. I could go to, you know, a FedEx or something like that and get that done. But I don't know, like at the end of the day, am I really going to take the time to go over to FedEx to make a photocopy of a habit tracker? I don't know. I think I'd rather just kind of wing it and figure out what to do each month. The other thing I was thinking is that this planner might end up being a 6-month planner. And if it works for me, then I'm definitely going to end up getting another one. And if it's undated, even better, because what I could do is just go as far as I want to in this and keep taking the habit trackers out of each month, starting backwards, and then move over to another planner, another mini horizontal once I've run out. But that seems wasteful, so we'll see. Okay, habit tracker has been moved. The other thing I like to do is, actually we could, yeah, I'm gonna draw a line. I need to find the pens that I want to be using. Okay, I just picked up this pencil case. It's a Kipling pencil case. 10 out of 10 do not recommend this pencil case. I had to cut some of the elastic because it was preventing things from zipping. But the reason I wanted to grab it is because I thought it had pens in here that I need, but it doesn't. So let me go. Sorry, guys. Maybe they're in this one. I do have a pencil pen case, creativity case, not planning video, but like flip through review video coming on my channel this month. Y'all will just have to wait. It's not ready yet, but that will be coming, and we'll go through all the different kind of on-the-go pen and notebook storage options. So what we're doing now is figuring out, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a little bit of spice. Actually, what I can do is just do a line. Oops, that is actually on that last page. I really like having decor popping out after the weeklies and then leading into the habit tracker, and then having what's kind of hidden back there be for writing. So I'm gonna do that by creating a line here so that I know my boundary for my writing box and for my deco. Could do this in pencil, but I like doing this in pen. So I like a nice black, like rich line when I'm opening this up, and then all of my decor is going to come off of that black line. So let's go back and do some decorating of the monthly. I am not going to do much decorating in my weeklies because I am planning to share my weekly wellness setup with you guys, and it'll end up being kind of like in June, very little setup and lots of just checking in on wellness. And because we all love an alliteration, I'm going to be doing Wellness Wednesday. So I'm hoping to get a Wellness Wednesday video posted every Wednesday where we go through my wellness planner and do a little kind of update on how things are going. I'm going to leave the weekly in here. We are going to decorate the first week of July though, because I think that would be nice. So here is this guy. It's not really seasonal, and I do love seasonal planning. I do think it is fun, but there were some elements in here that I thought were really cute. So I used a check mark in the month of June for the days I went to the gym, but I thought it would be cute to like use, I don't know, maybe like rainbows. I'm just curious to see if these rainbows would fit. They, not really. Maybe what I could do is do like half rainbows. So I want things to be colorful and fun. The other option is the Summer Essentials sticker book, which I have a flip through here on my channel and a Plan With Me. I loved it so much. I'm using a variety of different collections from this sticker book. And I'm leaning towards something like this. Very calming. These are all these different collections. But there's something about, it's only one page though. No, 2 pages of this kind of beach theme. Do we do a beach theme? But then if this is the sticker book that I keep with me for the month, are the colors going to match? I guess they would if I stuck to the blues. The rainbows wouldn't match. So now I'm kind of conflicted. The other thing I wanted to do is use more icons, and I could just use my black and white icons over the course of the month. So maybe that's what I do, because I really do want to use, the sticker book. So let's go ahead and get this guy decorated. I love the wave. So, and I'm not dating. That was one thing that was kind of complicated last month, is I had to do all kinds of redating. I was trying to make it work for me, with my preference being Monday start, and it just got to be too much. So I am just trimming off and trying to create a little bit flatter of an edge on the top and the bottom of the sticker. Decorating like this is 100% optional, but there's just something about opening up a planner that is beautiful that makes me more excited to use it. And so I'm going for it. So we just put the ocean down, or an ocean wave, over August. That's okay by me. I don't have a strong need for the upcoming month at a glance because this isn't like a family planner. I would if it was a regular, you know, functional planner, but this is really more of a tracker. And so I can have a little bit more fun with these things. Let me go back and see. This month is going to take us through the 3rd. So I don't want to I can't overly decorate this because it's already small. The mini is really mini. And so I think the best I'm going to be able to do is, oh, we can add some icons. That is the other thing I can do. Maybe we could add some flip-flops. Add some flip-flops over the 7. Do I need the 7? I could. I'm going to take out the 7. I know it's month 7. So we're going to take that out for the sake of deco. And I was going to do it at an angle, but I kind of want to do it just straight. So I'm going to do it straight, or as straight as possible. Put that flat edge. Right there. Let's go a little bit lower as we lift up the correction tape. We can go a little bit lower. I know that this says Sunday and Monday, so I'm not as concerned about that. So we've got our flip-flops. Are you a flip-flop, a sandal, or a thong person? I grew up in California, and I said flip-flops, but thongs never sounded right. Oh, go get your thongs. Okay. No offense if you do say thongs. It's just a foreign phrase to me, or word to me. Should we add some sunglasses? Sure. Again, this is less about the deco and more about the function of tracking. So this is really just extra. Just extra. I think I'm going to add the beach ball too. But the beach ball we are going to trim. I'm going to put the beach ball right there. And I think I'm going to have it go over the days of the week. So I'm just trimming on that line like so. So it's just a collage of summery things. And maybe I can put a beach ball down here and still have room for other things. I think so. And I think that's gonna encourage me to throw down a starfish. Try to do it in a way that doesn't take up too much space. Okay, we are going to add some icons now, and because we are using icons, I'm going to share with you what I picked up from Proud Sticker Designs. I very briefly showed in one of my previous wellness videos a quick little like flip through of this disc album, sticker disc album, where I have various kind of icons for health and wellness. Wanted to share with you some items I just picked up from Proud Sticker Design. I will link her shop down below. It's an Etsy affiliate link, just so you know. So I picked up some small icons. So we've got laundry or washing machine icons. These aren't related to fitness, but I'll share them anyways. I got some vacuums, some pills. These we are going to use today, so I'm going to set that aside. I need to track when I take my metformin. So I picked these up. I like how small they are, so they should be able to fit into this mini planner just fine. I got mini scales. Look how small these are. These are clear. I got an alarm clock for when I wake up. This is for my daily planning. I picked up treadmill stickers. Look how cute they are. Very small. These are going to fit great in this planner. And then 2 different sizes of scales. These are paper, so you can use them to make weight trackers. You can use them to log your monthly weight or your weekly weight. Because they're paper, you can just write the weight on the scale itself. I love these. This is a repurchase. I had the bigger ones. I think this size, the smaller size, is new, so I wanted to give them a go. And I have that chart in the back for weight tracking, but I might want to do something a little more fun, in which case maybe I'll make some sort of like Bujo style spread using these. But they're also great being paper because you can color them in. So if you wanted it to kind of match your spread for the week, you could do that. So the last items, I picked up 3 sheets of these. These are the trackers for my fitness watch, and they fit perfectly in the mini horizontal. So I got more of these. Eventually, I might do some stamping. Maybe later in the month, we can play around with a different way to log my fitness stats. But for now, I wanted to make sure I had enough of those. So we're going to use some of these today. Again, Proud Sticker Designs. I love her shop. She is a mom and a mompreneur. So I always try to share her and get some love her way. She had a baby, I think, a month after I did. And she's a little bit older like I am. And so we kind of connected on that point. So we have this all set up. I am going to take these little baby clear scales, or should we use the paper ones? Because the paper ones I can write on. So maybe we use the paper ones. But then I need to figure out, my plan was to use the clear ones here. Grab I wonder if I have my finer tipped tweezers. These ones, they're more pointy. So let me just see. Oh, these are just so good. See how small they are? This is great if you're also like a Hobonichi planner, Hobonichi weeks. So I can do that and then just put the weight next to it. Or I can do this guy. Is it likely that I'm going to go to the gym on a Sunday? No. So I could take up the whole page or the whole block. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I think I am going to color these in just to add a little bit more color throughout this page, since I'm not doing really any other deco in the middle of the monthly grid. So let's put these down. Again, my weigh days are on Sundays. Although I have been checking my weight midweek just to see how like different things impact the scale, like stress and what I ate and stuff like that. Let's just, for kicks, color it in with a nice neutral color. I think my Super Tips, the pastel Super Tips, I have a reel flipping through or swatching these guys. So if you are curious about them, I feel like we would need a really soft, I think that's a little too pinky. This might be a little too orange. I want it to be light enough to where we don't have issues. That might be okay. That might be a little too orange. What do you guys think? Or do we do blue? Blue might be easier. I want it to be light enough for me to write on top of it and it be seen clearly. That is a little too green. That is a little too lavendery. That is too bright. We might need to pivot. Oh wait, hold on, we've got some other blues here. Oh, perfect. We're gonna use this super tip and this is why I like just kind of lined icons like this. You can do what you want. That's pretty. I am a fan. Definitely recommend these stickers. Very cute. Fun way to add a little bit of color. Yeah, I think that's nice. The other way I added color throughout the weeks, since I didn't really sticker anything here, was doing that weather tracking. Helped me add a little bit of yellow and gray into my spread. Okay, so I think we're gonna be good here. Let's set up so many different rulers here. Let's set up where I am going to track my weather. I think we can go. I had a lot of space. Let's go back. This is unedited, guys. We're taking our sweet time today. Yeah, so once we got into the rhythm, I mean, I had a little bit of space here. So technically, I could add some deco just to make me happy. So I'm going to do this kind of tight. Do this line kind of tight for the weather. So everything will stay to the left for the weather. And then we have mind, body, spirit, but I'm also going to be using some icons, I think, like my treadmill icon. So I want to make sure I leave room for the icon, although the icon probably would fit. Just curious. Here's the treadmill icon. So mind, body, spirit. So I'm going to go as high up as I can. And go to the corner with this guy. And then halfway point with this one. Ooh, and these colors work with the beachy theme. And just as a sample, we're going to grab this treadmill. Look how small and how like nicely cut it is. I know Sunday is not going to happen with the treadmill, but Monday and Tuesday will. So I'm going to throw that icon down. So my goal for the month is to make sure that I have my planner and the stickers and sticker book that I'm actively using for the month all together. So typically I would keep this in the health and wellness discbound, but I might actually move this over, the Proud Sticker Design stickers, to a smaller Happy Planner Mini. What's cool about these sticker sheets is they are sized for a Happy Planner Mini so that you can punch them. You can also order them punched, ask her to punch them, and she'll punch them for you. And they fit perfectly in a Happy Planner Mini cover. So, I kind of want to do that in this video. I'm not going to do that in this video, but maybe I'll do that for a reel over on Instagram. But then I'll have just a smaller, compact Proud Sticker Designs, or like health wellness. Well, I mean, that's kind of the same thing I have here. I just wouldn't be putting them in sticker pockets. I'm getting ahead of myself, but that's what we're going to look like with the treadmills. I do have, if I want to do icons this month, I have, see how I have a bunch of these. So this is what I originally had from her with those scales, but I thought I had books from her as well. And if that's the case, so we've got movies, books, reading. I have a lot of these. So if mind for me recently has been related to like reading, then maybe I do this. This will certainly give me a little more fun in my weekly setups. I love laying stickers down. So the color then just ends up being, those dots ends up being just for the sake of adding a little bit of color. But I'm not mad at that. I kind of like it. But if you don't want to spend the money on stickers, your girl's trying to read every day. So I'm going to put this down. If you don't have the resources for little icons like this, don't you worry about it. You don't need these. This is just extra. Just use a highlighter to mark off, to color code things. All right. Cute. So mind, body, and then spirit. Do I have, what would be cool is if I had like crosses or something. You know what? I do have crosses. Oh, they're not clear though. I just picked up the new like functional sticker book from the Happy Planner, and it has crosses in it. I was disappointed that everything was paper though. I thought they were all going to be clear stickers, but they're not. So I wonder if anybody out there just has like a cross sticker where it's like a mini icon like this, and not a cross that's like a church, because I know that I think Proud Sticker Designs has like a church icon, but just like a cross. That'd be great. That's kind of as simple as these icons. That would be rad. But I don't have those. If y'all know of any teeny tiny crosses that are clear that I could add to my dots, you holler at me. You let me know. Oh, the last thing I was going to do is just add, or at least for this section, this is going to be a long video, guys. I hope that you are you are doing okay. If you need to speed me up, that is a-okay as well. I would totally understand. Because I had a little bit of margin here, I am going to add some decorations. So let's go ahead, go back to, we haven't even gotten to the back page. We'll get there. I'm going to take my correction tape. I don't want to do too much here because I don't have a lot of stickers in this design, and I've got, what, 4 weeks or something like that. So I want to make sure, I have enough decorative stickers for each week. So I'm just going to add just a little little seashells in a bottle right here. And let's go a little bit off to the side. Right there. I'm not really going to the gym Fridays or Saturdays as of now, and so I will probably have a little bit more space. So let's pop this guy on, see how we're looking, and set up the other part of that first week. Got a lot of pens and stickers going on here. I'll pop this guy in. So here is our first, our month, and then our first week. Let's go over here. And man, seeing this colorway makes me not want to use these guys because they just don't like match the vibes. But they're working for me. So let me just see if there's like any other options. The other option would be just to lay like one of the fitness watches down without much structure. What do we think of that? I could do that this week because they would match. So that would mean, I don't think Piper Paper Company is still a company, but these smartwatch decos are super cute and they're blue, which I really like. And they kind of match the vibes. So I'm just going to do this kind of centered for each day. And next week, if I decide it looks too messy, like it's unsatisfying to me, we'll go back to the other guys, especially because I just bought them. But I go through 7 a week, so I'm okay with changing things up. You know, it's not like I have a whole year's worth. Well, friends, just to make things a little more interesting, I think this video was hitting the hour mark and I got an alert that the memory on my phone was full. So the recording stopped. Thankfully, I think it stopped and I noticed it around the same time. So I'll just recap what I did. And wow, this video is an hour long and we're not quite done yet. So thank you for hanging in there with me. I did finish putting these stickers down. I'm going to just change things up week to week, depending on how I'm feeling with watches or the Proud Sticker Design loop closing things. I picked up 3 more sheets of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This isn't even close to, you know, covering a few months. And so changing things out is going to be just fine. And I will get through my stash. Okay, so I think we are good on the monthly and this first week. So I'm planning to share next week how this week went, and then we will set up this week. So we're gonna jump over all of these weeklies, not do anything with these, and just decorate this last page and call it good. In last month's dashboard, I had this just be open writing space, and it was really helpful. So let me actually go back. Oh, and then we need to populate our habits. Let me go back. I think I can show this to you because I have a sticky note over it. So you can see here I did the same thing with that line, threw in some deco. And the reason I did that was I just like it looking like the decorations are kind of coming out, spilling out from the weeks. So that's what we're going to do. And I also liked having some open writing space. And I also wrote some notes here for plans for July. So I'm going to lift up that sticky note because we are going to utilize that and use it as a guide for my habits. But actually, let's first decorate this section. So we're going to go back to the Summer Essentials sticker book and go back to our beachy theme because it's just so pretty. And I'm kind of tempted, actually, to use this umbrella sticker, but it's not going to make a lot of sense coming out from this line. I think these surfboards might make a little bit more sense. I think I can do a little bit more with these because they can go pretty darn close to the habits on that right side. So I'm going to kind of trim this a little bit more so I can cut it a little bit, get it a little bit closer. To the habits. I need my tweezers. And we're going to go right. Gotta trim this a little bit more. I want to be able to use my dot pens, which means I can't have any sticker over my numbers. But I want this to be as close as possible. Ooh, we're gonna have some issues here. I guess I could lay it down first and maybe just trim that way. I'm just trimming a straight edge at this point, if it'll let me. There we go. There we go. And do I want to trim the surfboard on this side? I kind of think so. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and trim the surfboard off. That rip's kind of funny. Let's try this again. Did I get it? Pretty sure I got it. No. Now it's just peeling. So let's try this again. Man, this sticker does not want to come off. There we go. No, this one's actually peeling. It's kind of interesting. And I feel like I cut it firmly enough. I could have let this bleed into the other page, but there's, for me, just something nice about having like this section not following the same format. So let's trim this guy off. I don't love this, but I think that's okay. So we've got our surfboard peeking out. I want to see what it looks like with the, yeah, this makes sense to me. Got a little surfboard. What we need is like some birds or something. I need something up high. I don't think any of these really make sense. Ooh, but we do have these pretty dangling like seashells. We can definitely use some of those. But I'm going to just take some of these guys, these shells, and add them to the top just for a little deco. So I'm just cutting a flat edge and then running the flat edge along the line. Let's do a starfish. Maybe do a slightly different angle here. I always cut first. You know, they say like, measure twice, cut once. I always just cut. And then, you know, the way that it lays is the way that it lays. So now, again, let me see what that looks like. See how they're kind of just popping? It's like they're popping out of the weeklies. I think that's cute. And then if I want to write something there, I can. So maybe we leave that as is. Could add a shell here. Sure. Why not? Why not? So I'm curious, who has started a health and wellness journey in June that they are now continuing on into July? I would love to know how things have been going for you. Should we add another starfish? Kind of want to. How's it going? Are you tracking on paper? And if you are, what are you using? How's it working for you? I would love to know how it's going. I got a lot of really positive feedback about continuing this into July. So we're going to do it. We're going to keep tracking together. Oh, you know, let's put a quote, actually. I was going to leave this open for writing, but I can't think of any reason why I would need to write something. So let's add a fun quote. So yeah, let me know. Let me know how y'all are doing. Should we do this one? This is the Summer is Here sticker. I think that would be pretty. If it'll fit right there. Is it gonna fit? That R looks like it's popping. Hold on, sunshine and summertime. Sun and fun. Summer state of mind. There is sunshine in my soul. I kind of like there is sunshine in my soul. I both like it and don't like it. Every summer has a, ooh, every summer has a story. Ooh. Okay. I like this. It's too big, so we're going to make this work, I think. I think we can get this to work. Every summer has a story. I think that's actually really great. I definitely feel like this summer is special for me with life change and new inspiration, new hope, a new kind of focus on wellness in every sense of the word. So I'm definitely feeling like God's doing big things this summer. So I like this sticker a lot. So we're going to do it. We're going to use it. Don't be afraid to cut up your quote stickers if they're looking like they're not going to fit. Use them anyways. Let's move this guy out of the way. So every and we're going to separate summer and has a story. Hopefully I can get this right. I cut a lot of stickers around here. There are shards of sticker everywhere. Poor Esther. When I am planning in the living room, undoubtedly, every time at the end of the day, she has like a sticker stuck on the bottom of her foot. And I'm like, oh, sorry, baby girl. And she's like, what is this? In her baby way. She's like, you know, trying to get whatever's on her foot off. I'm like, oh, guilty. Okay, so there's this kind of an awkward angle here. I'm trying to find, where did my super pointy tweezers go? I I think what I need to do is lay the other one first. The third one first. It has a story. And then, I mean, I could just go at an angle, but I don't like it at an angle. It's like I need to tag team with the tweezers here. Nope, that's awkward. That's awkward. Let's switch back over to these ones. I might need to go up higher every summer. Every summer has a story. I think that'll work. Makes me want to add some of these cut pieces just to kind of fill things in. Like that little shell there. And then this starfish. Let's cut this a little differently. I dropped it down a little bit. There we go. Every summer has a story. Look how pretty that looks. I am a fan. And we can see what they look like, what it all looks like next to my full view. I like that. Lastly, oh, habits. We need to add habits. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm thinking about it. So my step count habit goal last month was 5,000 steps. And then if I got more than 7, I used a special color because I was feeling fancy. And I had thought that I would do 6,000 and 8,000. But again, I am training myself as someone who goes to the gym. I am someone who walks on the treadmill. And I don't want to push some of these too quickly. I'm trying to still establish the system, the routine of getting through the doors at the gym and increasing my movement. So rather than jumping up to 6,000 and 8,000, I'm going to again make it a goal of 5,000 and 7,000 in the month of July. Because there were still days here that I did not get to 5,000. And I need to see in July every dot covered with at least 5,000. So we're going to keep on keeping on with the 5,000 and the 7,000. So let's grab my pen and we're going to put 5,000 steps. And then we're going to do the same thing with the dots. How about we do this tan and this kind of bright color. The tan color is going to be my 5K. And then my 7K plus will be a bright pop of color. And then the next one I want to do is read. Now, I think I did, what did I do last time? I did no fast food. I wasn't sure what to do with Starbucks, so I put a little S in there. But I think what's more important is like eating out and logging when we don't eat out. So you could do it either way. You could do the days that I ate out or I didn't eat out. Kind of just depends on like how you want to see your dots at the end of the month. For me, like it's really satisfying to give myself a dot and to see it full. So I think I want to do the days that I didn't do something that I'm trying not to do. And so I'm going to put did not order out. And that could be eating out, or it could be Uber Eats, which we have fallen into the habit of doing since I had a baby. And we need to undo that because we can't afford it anymore. So did not order out. Let's do movement. And the reason I did movement last month and why I'm doing it again is there are days where I do a lot physically that do not involve going to the gym. And there was only one day last month, but I really was glad to have a way to catalog it. I did a big Costco run on my own, and it was a lot of stuff. It was like 95 degrees out, and the time it took me to shopping is kind of fine, but unloading the car, like I unloaded things one at a time just to get extra steps in. And some of the stuff was really heavy. To me, that was movement. And I wanted to make sure I got credit for that because I probably burned a lot of calories during that time. So movement needs to, I need to have a way to show that I was physically active with my body, even if I didn't go to the gym, because there are other things that you can do that are physically intensive that don't involve the gym. So we're going to have, we're tracking the days that we move. Okay, spiritual discipline. So I want to put that, or maybe I'll put, this month I'll put it as quiet time. The quiet time for me is spiritual discipline, but quiet time, why do I want to switch to quiet time? I guess it's even more open-ended, but I think if I want my quiet time to be spiritual in nature, then I need to keep using that word. So I'm going to go ahead and put spiritual discipline. But for you, it might be quiet time. For me, that is like prayer, meditation, Bible reading, spiritual discipline. I think people just get scared of the word discipline, and it's not what it has become, or the word that has become more mainstream and more punishment related. Discipline is just self-control, really, and the mindfulness and the practice of like controlling yourself and settling into good habits. So I'm going to keep spiritual discipline. And then the last one, let's see. I don't want to put fast food because I don't want to even see that. I mean, I put no fast food there. Oh, and I used fun boxes. We need to do fun boxes. Oh, good grief. Sorry, guys. Sorry. We need to do fun boxes. I thought something was missing. So hopefully there are some boxes in here already. But maybe not, actually. Are there black boxes? There are these ones. Oh, this was the sticker book that's kind of interesting. It has more of a color story in the back, but then really just deco stickers in the front. So let's switch over to, I guess we could do neutral boxes. I think the neutral boxes from Mojo Jojo Plans has kind of sandy, yeah, like browns and stuff. Browns and grays. So let's go with some of these brown colors. Some of these are going to need a little bit more room. So that's going to be fine. So this was Reed. And then see if we've got room for movement. We don't, so we're gonna take that out. Take these out. And we're gonna have to make some longer boxes. I'll show you guys how to do that. And we'll figure out how to cover that up. So I could just do this and let the correction tape pop out, or I could extend it. I think I want to extend it. So we'll stick with this size for this guy. Oh, I hope I can remember. What was this one, guys? We had spiritual discipline. That was not ordering out. What was this one? Oh, movement. This was movement. Movement. I'm going to keep asking, are y'all sure you don't want my videos edited? I know you like hanging out with me, but my goodness, your girl can be indecisive, and these can take a hot minute. I guess I could go with a light gray if I don't want to break out another box of sticker book. That's probably fine. So we'll do gray. So this is steps. I put 5,000 steps, but let's just do steps. And then we'll do gray again, but I'm gonna make a mega box and show you guys how I do that. So if these are ever too small, just trim one side of one side of the other, and then you're just gonna put them up against each other at whatever length you need. So we're gonna go here, and then I'm just kind of lining it up. Like I could go in, I can go all the way up to the edge of that box. Like that. We'll do the same thing with this one. We want gray. So this one was not eating out, right? Or I could log eating out. No, let's do, or I could just put eat in. No eating out. Let me think about this. Didn't order. Got to be careful on that line. Order out. I'm going to put in parentheses restaurant or Uber Eats. Kind of made that a little bulky there, but I want to make sure I am very clear on what I'm saying I will and won't do. So we're going to do the same thing here with an extended box. Got to remember, this is a really great way to add. Oh, this is hard. These were not cut evenly from the manufacturer. So I don't know if you can tell, but this is wider than that. Or at least they were on the same, yeah, these were on the same cut. And I flipped them over. That's okay. This was spiritual discipline. Spiritual discipline. And then what is the last one going to be? Movement, reading, steps. I feel a little convicted about this one, but I was thinking, when I think of wellness, what are all the different areas that I want to be healthy in? And one of them is like connecting with people, like with people outside my family, whether that be like a coffee date with somebody or even like a Zoom call with my bestie. Things that, or even like I haven't connected with my brother in like a week or two. So relationship, like doing something having to do with like relationship. So maybe I'll put relationship. Maybe I'll put community. How about that? Should I do community where I'm like engaging with people outside the home? I'm not sure how this is going to look. This might not work for July, especially when everyone's on vacations. But I'm going to put community. Doing something. And then, you know, if this is empty at the end of July, it's going to tell me a lot about me getting out of the house and engaging with people in my community. So we'll see how that goes. The last section, oh my goodness, mega video, you guys, mega. Okay, the last section is here. I'm not going to do a lot because I want it to be pretty open for writing. So we'll just go back and add one more, maybe one or two more decorative stickers. What if we do, I think this sandcastle is really cute. So what if we did, wait, will this big oceany sticker fit? It will. Ooh. Do I go with the big kahuna? Have I said that twice in this video? I'm pretty sure I have. Do we go with this guy? I think so. I think so. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add that. And kind of flat edge with this sandcastle. And lay this down here at the bottom. I think that is probably good. And this is where I'm just kind of brain dumping just anything that I want to reflect on over the course of the month. That's how I used it in June. I feel like this needs like a little bit of like demarcation. So I've been doing a lot of like dots and dashes. So I'm going to do something very similar and just kind of just do some doodling of various lines to follow the shape of the sandcastle. Get that nice and stuck on there. And I think I'm going to do something similar here. I'm just very casually kind of lining where the sticker ends. Just to sort of I don't know, give it a little bit of structure. Kind of makes it look more like a map. It's kind of interesting. Not intentional. And maybe we add a box. Let's add a neutral box. I think the sticker book is still available, by the way. Neutral boxes. I really like it. Joyful 10 will save you 10% off with Mojo Jojo Plants. Big fan. And I'm just going to actually put this right here. Should I add another box, like a gray box with a sandcastle? Maybe here. I to cover up too much of the sandcastle. We'll just do that. And maybe I'll do a little bit of writing about the front of the month and the back of the month. Ooh, let's do that on purpose. I'm trying to do more writing anyways, and this kind of structure will give me that opportunity. So I'm going to, man, we have limited space. So I want to be careful here. I think this will work. So I'm just doing some like little dashes, and we will do start and finish. Ooh, but you know what's kind of cool about that? This was not on purpose. At the start, it's just the sand with the footprints. And then at the finish of July, we have a finished sandcastle. Cute. All right, guys, I think we're done with this video. It's gone on long enough, but I wanted to take my sweet time. I wanted to explain everything that I was doing, what I'm thinking about during this time, and I hope that it was helpful. So we'll just get right in here. Here is my monthly overview where I'm going to log my weight, when I go to the gym, when I get my period, all those things. Then we have the first week of July where I'm going to log the weather and then things that nourish my mind, body, and spirit. Then I'm going to log my food and my tracks, or my fitness stats from my watch. And then we have my habit tracker for the whole month. And I will also be logging I'll do some journaling at the beginning of the month of where I'm at, what I'm hopeful for, and then maybe how I'm feeling at the end of the month. This is that cut piece from an undated vertical that I used for finishing out this month because I moved the habit tracker over. At some point, I will do something to cover this up, or I'll just leave it and maybe carry on information over to the side if I need more writing space. So we're going to keep that pretty basic. But there you have it, friends. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you want to follow my journey, maybe along the way over the course of July, come hang out with me over on Instagram. My handle is The Joyful Sojourn. And if you want to hang out with me again, you want to sit with me for hours at a time while we set up and talk about health and wellness, then I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. Until next time, friend, God bless you. God bless you and keep you. Do something creative today. Do something that will nourish your mind, your body, and your spirit. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.